Rome wasn't built in a day, but as Roma's new $1.1 billion stadium is about to change the Eternal City's skyline forever, this isn't just another football stadium. It's a statement of intent, a modern-day Colosseum that's already being called the most ambitious stadium project in Italian football history. For decades, AS Roma has been a club with one of the most passionate fan bases in football. The club's colors, the iconic yellow and red, are more than just a badge. They're a way of life for the people of Rome. The roar of the Curva Sud, the choreography, the banners, they've created a footballing atmosphere that is almost impossible to replicate anywhere else in the world. But for all their history, all their passion, there's been one glaring issue that has held Roma back: their home. For years, the Stadio Olimpico has served as the club's stomping ground. It's an iconic venue, no doubt. A stadium that's hosted some of the greatest moments in football history, from World Cup finals to Champions League showdowns. But let's be honest, it's never truly been theirs. As Roma has shared the Olimpico with their crosstown rivals, Lazio, for decades, and while that rivalry fuels the city's footballing culture, it has also left both clubs without a true sense of home. The Olimpico is great for nostalgia, but it's outdated, cavernous, and doesn't quite provide the modern fan experience that today's football demands. That's all about to change. As Roma is leaving behind the shared stadium, the old relic of the past, and stepping boldly into the future with their new $1.1 billion stadium. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 billion is being invested in creating a new footballing cathedral. This isn't just a stadium, it's a statement. A statement that AS Roma belongs among Europe's elite, that the club is ready to embrace the modern era while staying true to its roots. So, what's the story behind this monumental project? Why does AS Roma feel the need to build a stadium of their own? And most importantly, what makes this billion-dollar venue so special that it could change the future of the club forever? Let's start with the motivation behind the move. As Roma's decision to leave the Stadio Olimpico isn't just about having their own space, it's about control, identity, and ambition. When you share a stadium, you don't own it. You don't get to dictate what happens there, and you certainly don't get to maximize the revenue potential of match days. For years, Roma has been losing out on crucial opportunities to grow their brand and, frankly, their bank account. A modern privately owned stadium solves all of that. But beyond the financial benefits, this new stadium is about creating a home that reflects the soul of the club. A place that screams AS Roma the moment you set foot inside. From the architecture to the atmosphere, every detail of this new arena is designed to celebrate the club's rich history while also embracing its future. It's a balancing act, but if the early designs are anything to go by, Roma has absolutely nailed it. Now, let's dive into the details of this new billion-dollar project. The stadium will be built in the Pietralata area of Rome, just a few kilometers from the city center. Unlike the Stadio Olimpico, which is surrounded by an open expanse of land, this new venue will sit at the heart of a vibrant urban district. The idea is to create more than just a stadium. It's a sports and entertainment hub that will be alive 7 days a week, not just on match days. The stadium itself will have a seating capacity of around 55,000. That's smaller than the Olimpico, but here's the thing. It's not about size, it's about quality. The new stadium is being designed to keep fans as close to the pitch as possible. No more running tracks, no more gaps between the stands and the action. This is all about creating an intense, intimate atmosphere where the fans feel like they're part of the game. Picture the noise of the Curva Sud reverberating around a purpose-built arena. It's spine-tingling just to think about. And let's talk about the design for a moment. The early renderings show a stunning structure that blends modernity with tradition. The exterior features a sleek, futuristic look with subtle nods to Roman architecture. Imagine the iconic arches of ancient Rome reimagined in glass and steel, glowing against the night sky. It's a stadium that pays homage to the city's history while pushing the boundaries of what a football venue can look like. Inside, the focus is on comfort, visibility, and technology. Every seat in the house will offer an unobstructed view of the pitch, with steeply sloped stands designed to keep the energy contained. The Curva Sud, The heart and soul of Roma's fan base will have its own dedicated section, complete with standing areas for the ultras. It's not just a stadium, it's a cauldron of passion. But the fan experience doesn't stop there. This new stadium will be packed with features designed to make match day unforgettable. From state-of-the-art hospitality areas to a wide range of dining options, Roma is pulling out all the stops to cater to modern football fans. And for those who crave the latest technology, the stadium will not disappoint. Expect high-speed Wi-Fi, interactive screens, and even augmented reality features that bring the history of the club to life as you walk through the concourses. Now, let's not forget the bigger picture. This stadium isn't just about football, it's about transforming the entire Pietralata district. The project includes plans for a mixed-use development featuring shops, restaurants, and even residential areas. Roma is betting big on the idea that this new venue will become a destination, not just for locals, but for tourists and football fans from around the world. It's a bold vision, but one that could pay off massively if executed well. Of course, a project of this scale doesn't come without its challenges. Building a billion-dollar stadium in a city as historic and complex as Rome is no small task. There have already been delays and bureaucratic hurdles along the way. It's a familiar story in Italian football, where stadium projects often get bogged down in red tape. But Roma's ownership, led by Dan Friedkin, has shown remarkable determination to push this project forward. They've worked closely with local authorities to address concerns about traffic, noise, and environmental impact. And while there's still work to be done, the fact that construction is finally moving ahead is a testament to their commitment. There's also the question of funding. A project of this scale doesn't come cheap, and Roma will need to ensure that the financial burden doesn't weigh too heavily on the club's long-term ambitions. But the ownership seems to have a clear plan in place, leveraging private investment and partnerships to make the stadium a reality. It's a calculated risk, but one that could catapult Roma into a different stratosphere in terms of revenue and global appeal, with the potential to host not only Serie A and European matches, but also concerts and major international events. The new stadium is designed to be a money-making machine. Another key element of the project is sustainability. In today's world, building a billion-dollar stadium isn't just about aesthetics and functionality. It's about minimizing the environmental footprint. Roma's new stadium is being built with eco-friendliness in mind. Solar panels will line parts of the structure, while rainwater harvesting systems will be implemented to reduce water usage. The stadium is also aiming for top-tier certifications in green building standards. It's all part of Roma's effort to position themselves as a forward-thinking, modern club. Now, let's take a moment to imagine the first match at this new stadium. The anticipation, the build-up, the first roar of the Curva Sud as the players walk out onto the pitch. It's a moment that Roma fans have dreamed of for years. No longer will they have to share their home with anyone else. This is their stadium, their identity, their future. And it's not just about the fans in the stands. For the players too, this new venue represents a fresh start. A chance to play in a stadium designed specifically for them, in front of fans who are closer, louder, and more passionate than ever. But what does this new stadium mean for Serie A and Italian football as a whole? Italy has long been criticized for its outdated football infrastructure, with many of its stadiums falling behind the times. Roma's billion-dollar project could set a new standard, inspiring other clubs to follow suit. It's a bold move, and one that could help bring Serie A back to the forefront of European football. Still, there are skeptics. Some argue that spending over $1 billion on a stadium is excessive, especially in a league where financial challenges are common. Others worry that the focus on commercialism could dilute the club's identity. But for many Roma fans, the new stadium is a symbol of hope, a chance to break free from the limitations of the past and embrace a future filled with potential. As construction progresses, all eyes will be on Rome. Will this ambitious project deliver on its promises? Will it become a true fortress for AS Roma and a landmark for the city? One thing is certain, when the doors finally open, it will mark a new chapter in the club's storied history. This isn't just a stadium, it's a dream made of concrete, steel, and passion. And for Roma fans, it's a dream worth waiting for.